Okay, Coach, this storied franchise in Dallas and their fans are hungry and hopeful to add another championship banner in the rafters as we settle in for some playoff football at AT&T Stadium. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Washington Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Haskins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. And all the pressure that goes on in these playoffs, but the first score here in the divisional round always very key.
Partner, this team handled it like it was a regular season game, that they were confident in what they were doing, came right out and established themselves early.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there, first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Haskins on first down. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Hey, kill. What do you think? Check 55. Mike, what do you think?
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now here's a throw, and that's Taywan Taylor with it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On first down, it's Haskins, and that is incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
Right there, 54.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
From the red zone now, Haskins on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. This is Cohen. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They're only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the 1st battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Looking to throw, Haskins. And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
47, 26, 26.
Prescott from the gun on third. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. 21 yards there on third down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Here we go. Line 8. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line 8. Hey, check 24. 26. 26.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Mike, 55.
Now Leonard Fournette. And an alley to run. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. 45 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rules seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. And that's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
Here we go. Line 8. Here we're going to 53. Check 31. Check 31.
Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Get out the field, defense.
Fournette. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here we go, 46. Mike's 50. You can't block me. 26.
Here's Prescott. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Strong coverage by Washington. And now 4th down. And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will make our score 9-0. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
There you go. 4-8.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Hey, 47.
Tighten up.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Watch left. He's stop right there.
There you go. Kill.
Mike's 50. All right, T, let's run. All right, T.
26.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Prescott got him in. It's Brown. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. He's going to look deep down the field. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Lewis.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Fournette. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Watch the screen. Mike 55, Mike 55. Check the tight.
Hey, kill. 26.
They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
He's coming. We got double up.
Kill.
Mike 55.
26.
This is Fournette. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. And on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend.
Here we go, 47. 26.
50, Max 50, Max 50.
26.
Third and short yardage, Prescott. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here. Don't end up in the end zone. Ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Connects here with a tight end, Jeremy Sprinkle. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Eat.
Haskins will throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended there. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Throwing, Prescott. They will find Davis. That's complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check right.
Watch it, 5. I'm going to run you over.
26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Incomplete. He was covered by Prince Amukamara.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Check.
47.
Mike 55.
26.
I'm coming up to you.
26.
To throw is Prescott. This one caught by Davis. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Rosas puts this one through. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Draw play, this is Henry. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on third. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check 99. Check 99.
They'll run with Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. On the run, it's Fournette. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
36.
Derrick Henry. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. This O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
After the false start, sets up a 3rd and 9.
Here we go. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Let's go, defense.
Here's Prescott. Uncorks one for Davis. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season. Get his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main guy.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action. Haskins. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Bradley Chubb able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. Yeah, not a great one there. Out of bounds in the air. And the offense is going to be set up already in enemy territory inside the 45.
Mike, here we go. Go right in. Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense.
A give to the brother of J.J. This is Derek Watt. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Mike 50. He's tired of you. He's tired of us.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The tally there, minus 2 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 9.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. 55's Mike, guys. 55.
26.
Let's get that ball right here. Mike, 5-5.
26.
Prescott now. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that is incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Second and 11 at the 8-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Henry.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Hey, 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 hey.
To throw again on second down. Haskins. That is caught by Cohen. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down.
54 right there. 54 Mike. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Set, go.
From the gun, Haskins on third down. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Man, I got you. Man.
Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
On the draw, this is Fournette. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys use this short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Again, it's Cohen. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Haskins. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Taywan Taylor, 73 yards. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that will get him 1 closer. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Fournette running right. And an alley to run. Fournette, a first down, still going. 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down.
And, Brandon, this is where it pays to have a big back who can take over a football game, especially in the 4th quarter when you've got the lead, your ability to not just wear people down, but close games out.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with Henry. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Here we go.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
26.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys continue to pour it on.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now Haskins to throw it. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. He finds Taylor, complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 17 yards that time and a Washington first.
17 yards. First down, Redskins.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Haskins. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Taywan Taylor with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. Hopkins with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead.
40. Redskins 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. A gain of 3, second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 24-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
All day, defense, all day, all day.
This is Henry. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
I got him, I got him.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done.
Ready.
We got this.
And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.